So it was announced today that Univision has bought the Gawker Media Network for $135 million. Many are saying that this is a victory for those of us who are against Gawker, because he didn't get the full $200 million that the blog network was supposedly worth. But the truth is that Nick Denton is the real winner in this situation. Granted, he didn't win as much as he probably hoped to, and you could argue that he just barely won by the skin of his teeth. But the point still stands that Nick Denton won. He still accomplished the end goal that he more than likely had when he first created Gawker. The whole point of creating a professional news media blog such as Gawker is to build up an online brand that can be sold off to the highest bidder. They never intended to be a trusted news source when they founded the blog. The only thing they cared about was getting as many clicks as possible, all so they could boost the supposed value of their brands. This is why so many of these sites still pay their writers for clicks by adblock users. Even if you never load the advertisements, your clicks still count as traffic for the blog. You're still boosting Gawker's numbers, which they then use to get more money from third-party investors. This brings us back to Nick Denton's recent sale to Univision, which he got $135 million for. And while that's not as much as he likely wanted, it's still more than enough for him to turn a profit, even after paying back the money he owes to Hulk Hogan. Quote, according to the filing obtained by Politico, Denton personally owes Hogan, real name Terry Jean Bollea, $10 million, and jointly liable for $115 million. This leaves Nick Denton with $10 million left over. $10 million is certainly no small amount of money. Heck, I'd be set for ages with even half that much. Sure, other blogs have turned higher profits before, but $10 million is way more than most online brands are actually worth, and it's certainly nowhere near how much his blogs are actually worth. The Gawker Media Network only gets around 100 million unique visitors a month, and while that may seem like a lot, that's 10 visitors to the dollar. So for every dollar that Nick Denton got to keep out of the $135 million, he only had to get 10 users to visit the site. To contrast, Univision paid around 80 cents for every monthly visitor to the Gawker network. And that's what their traffic numbers look like now. Who knows how much of their numbers will drop when Univision decides to rebrand. Frankly, I would be surprised if Gawker itself isn't liquidated within a year from now. Nick Denton, on the other hand, now has $10 million burning a hole in his pocket, which he will likely use to start the next Gawker Media Network. And the process will begin all over again.